Let's take a look at the 829 machine, specifically its message editing, parameters, and a walkthrough of its menu, all in one go. I'll go through this quickly. First, for message editing, we select to create a new message. Here we have the option to add items. We can add the date, counters, and so on, depending on what the task requires. If nothing is selected, first choose Why My. We select Why My, click on Why My, and here we can adjust the font size, and so on. These settings can be adjusted here. Once we've selected this, we can enter any text content we want. Just type in any text as the content. After making the changes, we click OK, and then click OK again. The information has now been inserted. If we need to add another line of information, we just click Add again. For example, if we want to add text but haven't selected YMI, or if we want to add a date, we can enter the date. Since there are many date formats available here, we just choose the format we need. You can choose the font size and style inside as well. After selecting, just click OK as before. You can also make it bold or italicized, whatever you need. Now let's move it to the second line. This is equivalent to printing 2 lines, and you can print 3 or 4 lines as well. Of course, if you want to print 3 or 4 lines, the font size can't be set too large. Let's continue and see what else we can add. For example, let's add a QR code. We can directly enter the content for the QR code. Click OK. Now the QR code is separated out. Below you can see its height and width. Right now it's maximized, but we can make it a bit smaller. That's fine. It's okay. The QR code has now been inserted at the end, and this is the QR code format. If we click Edit, there are many options here, including various barcodes and QR codes. We can select the format we need and edit it accordingly. All right, this one. Is there anything else? Let's talk about adding a serial number. To add a serial number, just add it here. By default, the serial number is 9 zeros. We can change it, for example, to 4 or 5 digits. If you want 4 digits, what is the maximum value? 4 nines. For the print job, it's not just about not repeating on one page. Each print is only done once, so each one is printed only once. After we've set this up, click OK, then click OK again, and then it's done. Once it's set up, it's finished. And if I don't want to, after I finish setting it up, I just set up this much. Remember to click save, OK, and this information is now saved. It's already saved. If we want to delete a certain string or modify a certain string, we need to select the specific segment and then click delete or modify. For editing, I can just edit it directly here, right? After numbering, click save, then confirm, and then click save again. Make sure to click save one more time. If I want to delete something, it's the same. After selecting it, I just click delete. Just click delete and it will be removed. After deleting, click save again, and that's it. All right, that covers everything we need to know about deleting or modifying. Now let's take a closer look at our Easter egg parameters. Here, before we go into settings, you will see that the very first option available is the date setting. This is where we can easily modify the specific date information here. Here in the printhead printing settings, the default time mode can be selected here. You can choose the encoder if you are using one. This section also includes key tones, the key tone, start tone, button tone, and end tone. When the print photoelectric sensor detects something, it will beep, and after the information file is completed, it will beep again. Here you can also adjust the printing speed. The higher the speed, the faster it prints. The faster our printing speed, the faster the printing process. The information we print should be shorter. If the message is small, the value should be smaller. If the value is smaller, our printing speed will be slower and the information we print can be longer. Here for the signal, we need to select a photoelectric sensor because we are using a photoelectric sensor externally. So we need to choose the photoelectric option for printing. By default, the recognition time is set to 0 seconds. The unit is seconds. Remember, when the photoelectric sensor is triggered, it means that printing will happen immediately after the sensor detects something, with a delay of 0 seconds. If you set it to 1 second, then after the sensor is triggered, there will be a 1 second interval before the printhead starts printing. Here, there is a print width setting, but we don't need to change this. This is the print count setting. We've set it to 100,000 times. This means this information can be printed 100,000 times. All right, this is a print head setting. When it comes to the camera, as you can see, it's not about answering, but about going into the print settings and print head settings. In the print head settings, you'll see voltage, pulse, and pulse width. We don't need to worry about these, just leave them at their default values. Then there's the print density. The higher the print density value, the darker our print will be. The higher the value, the darker the printed information will be, and the more ink will be used. DPR is the same. DPI refers to the print quality, with 600 being the highest quality. Here, you have the left print wheel and the right print wheel. If you find that the print quality is poor, and no matter what you do, it doesn't improve, you can switch to the other nozzle and print with that one. Now let's take a look at the language settings over here. There are so many languages available here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 7, 2, 8, 2, 8 languages in total. There's a touch screen here. If the screen becomes unresponsive, we can calibrate it here to fix the issue. Let's check the touch screen for any faults. Here we can see if there are any issues. Everything here is green, which means it's working well. This photoelectric sensor is currently showing NG because it's not detecting anything. When I touch it with my hand, the sensor will change to OK. When it turns to OK, it means our external photoelectric sensor is connected properly. As for the encoder showing NG, that's because we're not using an encoder at the moment, so its port isn't in use, which is why it displays NG. Also for the USB port below, since we haven't plugged anything in, it also shows as not present, indicated by the red color. Alright, once we've finished setting up the information, we can click Start Pin. Let's click Start. We can test it now. Let's test our inkjet printer and see how it performs. Pull it a bit faster. We can see the result. Alright, goodbye.